What's up guys, how you all doing this morning? Now, I have done a whole kind of morning segment like I normally do with the vlogs, but there's been kind of a load of stuff going on recently with this sort of, I don't know, abuse of YouTubers, if you like, and I just felt it kind of necessary to use this platform to put across my opinion. I just had a kind of sort of mini Twitter discussion with my friend Keaton, who you guys know runs the great channel Tech Smart on YouTube, and I've also had some other discussions with other people as well, so I kind of want to put across my point of view. Normally I don't really care, people can kind of get on with whatever they're getting on with, but this is kind of something that sort of sits a little bit close to my heart. Now I'll tell you why. I've always kind of said, and I actually had this discussion the other day with my family, that if I were to ever kind of make it like really rich or win the lottery or something like that, that the one thing that I would probably dedicate my life to would be anti-bullying. For me, it's just so awful seeing what some kids do to other kids, and it's not only kids, but kids is the real area that interests me because they're the most kind of unable to sort of deal with these situations, and we're seeing more scenarios where children are taking their own lives or leading really terrible enclosed ones just because of the way that other people are treating them, other children usually, and it kind of sits very close to my heart. Even me, before there was a young boy, Charlie, who used to live down my street. His mother died at a young age, and of cancer actually. And kids at school used to say to him, "Oh, your mum didn't love you, she left you," and stuff like that. You know, you're going to get cancer as well, stuff like this. And you know, I kind of give off a laugh there because it's incredulous the way that these children speak to each other. Even now, I'm like, I can't, you know, I simply can't believe it. It makes me laugh. It's insane the way that they do. But that is a part of life, and it's something that I think needs to be fixed. Children who get bullied quite often carry that shit throughout their entire lives, and it affects them going forward. At some stage or another, we've probably all had some form of bullying, whether it lasts for 30 seconds, whether it not, whether it be a kind of banter that went too far. Who knows? We've all experienced it in some way or another. And to me personally, the most awful way is the way that, like I said earlier, is these children. And if I did ever make a severe amount of money, that is what I would do in my kind of spare time, when I wasn't pimping it up on yachts and flying aircraft and whatnot. But yeah, that is what I would kind of devote my life to. So it does have a kind of just I don't know, I've always felt this way as well, ever since that kind of moment with that boy Charlie down my road, really, that I won't tell you the rest of the story, but it was sorted out. But anyway, let's move on. So recently you've had kind of people on YouTube, some of them very big YouTubers as well, people we've all been watching for a long time, kind of complaining about the way that people are using the comments and stuff like that to abuse them. Now, first off, I'll say that I get my fair share of abuse. Let me tell you, I get a lot of abuse, you know, especially because if you have nicer things and you're out there in the public eye, you know, you're going to get loads of abuse, and I get my fair share, and some of it I read, some of it I don't get time to read, but you know, I kind of suck it up, and it's just a bit of text on a page. It means absolutely nothing to me. It really doesn't bother me, and some of it is quite funny. Even the ones where people are abusing my family, Jade for example, saying she's ugly and blah blah, I get that. Like I don't tell her that enough myself. I get that quite a lot. And even one time when I had my son on here, and a lot of people say to me, "Why don't you put your son on YouTube?" And it's because even when I put him on here, I think once or twice, he got people abusing him, and I don't care, even though it's my son. You know, people are going to write shit. It's just the way it is. But I don't ever want him to see it. You know, not at the young age he's at. So, not that he's allowed to watch YouTube. But anyway, you know, so I do get my own fair share of abuse, but I kind of suck it up. At the end of the day, they must have watched a little bit of my video, which means they must have seen a little bit of my advert. If they've clicked the dislike button, it ranks my video higher. At the end of the day, you know, they are earning me money, which is great. If you know, if someone who was bullying you or giving you shit gave you £10 every time they did it, or $10 or $20 or whatever it might be, €50, who knows? Like, would you complain about it? I don't think you would. I think you'd just suck it up and be like, woohoo! Man, I am getting paid to be abused, and it is great. Life is good. Like, that's the way I would kind of deal with it. So to see these people on YouTube kind of, I've got to say, whining about it, especially some of the larger ones who are earning a good income from this stuff, it kind of annoys me a little bit. It's a terrible thing. Let me start off by saying it's a terrible thing. No kind of abuse is good. Like, people just shouldn't do it. But that's not the real world. So you have to deal with it. If you decide to make public videos and you decide to be in the public eye, you've really got to accept that you're going to get a whole bunch of abuse. And to then go on and whine about it, even though these people are making you money, to me, takes away from the real bullying, the real abuse that is going on in the world, like we were talking about earlier with children and going so far as to take their own lives, you know, this kind of stuff. To see fully grown men and women whining about a few textual comments on YouTube, or even 100,000 textual comments, who bloody cares, when they're making money from doing something that they absolutely love and they're in a privileged position to do so. I feel a little bit like they should be putting a better signal across to all of those people that look up to them in that privileged position. They should be putting more of a kind of, I don't know, a manly stance. I don't like to say it in a manly way because, you know, people like Ronda Rousey I would consider able to kick my ass, and obviously she's a woman, so I don't mean it in that way, but I'm just trying to kind of think how to put it across. I feel they should be putting a better message across than to sit back, whine about it, and take defensive action. You know, they should be putting across a message showing the children that watch them that it means nothing. It should mean nothing to them. It should just be ignored, moved over. Lessons should be learned on how not to behave from those exact messages and move on. I feel like they need to just grab a glass, fill it up with a pint of man the fuck up, and move on, if I'm honest. And maybe that's not a very compassionate view, but it's because of the compassion that I have with people who are dealing with real life bullying, real life abuse, that makes me feel that way. You know, to be in a job where you love and to make money from that job is one of the best things that can ever happen to you in your life. If I could do this YouTube thing full time, if it paid me enough to do it full time, that would be a gift from heaven. I love making these videos. I love chatting to you guys. I love reading some of the abuse. Even you guys have banter with me and say, Adam, shut the fuck up, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Like, and some people say, I hate you, I want to kill you, your wife's a whore, stuff like this. And I think it's quite funny, if I'm honest, that they're taking the time out of their day to abuse me. You know, to me, I'm winning. That's time out of their day, their life, that they're using up just to write some shit to me. I'm winning. They're also earning me money. I'm winning. You know, and to any kind of people that are maybe in that situation, maybe younger people, which is really who is important to me. You know, people of my age and, you know, sort of grown-ups should really be able to take this shit on the chin and deal with it. But for the kids on YouTube, or kids in real life who are maybe watching this, just try as hard as you can to just let it pass over. You know, that they're idiots. They are morons, the people that do this. And, you know, every breath that comes out of their mouth where they're uttering these words, or fingers on a keyboard, or writing on a page, or whatever it might be, is time out of their lives that they're wasting, that they'll never get back, that they focused on you. And generally, 99% of the reasons for this is jealousy. 99% of the reason of any kind of bullying or abuse is jealousy, one way or another. And, you know, if you're in that position where that's happening to you and you really break it down and do some investigation, you will probably find that that is a similar situation for you as well. You may not think that anyone has anything to be jealous of you about. You know, maybe you've got no friends in school, but you might be really intelligent, or maybe you've got loads of friends at school, but you're pretty dumb. Who knows? You know, one way or another, it's usually envy, jealousy that is the hugest part of hate or abuse, and you should wrap that shit up into a present and gift it to yourself, because it means you're doing something right. But anyway, I don't want to go on anymore because I feel like I've just ranted for 10 minutes. But like I say, it is something that is actually very, very close to my heart, and I feel like I wouldn't be doing myself justice if I didn't use this platform to talk to you guys about it. And you know, maybe not the older ones amongst you, but especially the kids. You know, I hope that, you know, for those of you that are younger that are making videos that get abused, I hope this is kind of, I hope you can take a bit from the way that I deal with it and apply it to yourselves. And if it's happening to you in real life, again, I hope you can kind of take it and apply it to yourself, because do you know what? The way that generally most people will shut up, other than battering them, which you should never do, I never advocate that, is just by completely ignoring it. If it goes over you like it's absolutely nothing, water off a duck's back, we say here in the UK, then generally they'll get bored and stop. And it's the same thing on YouTube. If you ignore it, don't care about it, never talk about it, never mention it, just let it go, let it go. It's bullshit. No one cares. It means nothing to you. It doesn't affect your real life. Then generally they'll go away. Anyway, like I say, I've got to stop ranting, and I hope this wasn't a rant, because it's actually quite heartfelt, and I hope you guys can kind of see that. You know, I hope that it doesn't come across as uncompassionate either, because I am compassionate about it. Like I say, I just feel that they're in a position where they should be putting a different message across, and I also feel that it does take away from the people that are suffering real life situations. But I may well do a vlog for the rest of the day. I may well just leave it at this, because this is something that's important to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think about this kind of stuff. Pardon me. Oh, that was tea. Anyway, peace.